Okay, so this is stage 7, the full method for column addition. Now, for this question, and for this set of questions, we are looking at the most formal, most efficient method possible, and it's the one that we want the children to work on when they are ready. The key to being successful in this is that actually you're able to go and use your place value really well, and you have a good understanding of it. So we're going to look at a few different questions here, just to go and have a look at that particular issue that might arise. So to start off with, we're going to have a look at 874 added to 33. Now, as you can see, quite carefully made sure that I've got all my numbers very clearly in their columns. So I have my ones column, I have my tens column, and my hundreds column. And you'll notice that in this particular question, there is nothing in the hundreds column for the second number. It's just purely 33. So we go through each column in turn, and we start off with the ones column, and we put the answer into this space here. So 4 plus 3 is straightforward enough. It's 7. We move on to the next column in the tens column, and obviously the issue here is that you can see you're going to be adding 7 plus 3, but it's not actually 7 plus 3, it is 70 plus 30. So 70 plus 30 gives us 100. Now, we don't want to go and put the 1 into the tens column because actually it is related to 100, so we put the 1, because it is 100, underneath the hundreds column, like so. We go back, and because it's only 100 we put a 0, because there are no tens, so explicit to that particular number, which means you've got a 0 in there to show that there's nothing in that tens column, and then it's 1 plus 8, which gives you 9. So, quite simply, you have the answer there of 907. So, if we go and move this out of the way for a second or two, put them up there, we'll put the 9 and the 7, put the 1, let's see if the 1 will go with us. Yeah, brilliant. Now, so that's a 3-digit number added to a 2-digit number. What we can add together now is we can start to look at something with slightly more digits, which is really useful. There's a number, and as you get through to higher year groups, the children need to be able to go and be fluent in adding numbers with more and more digits. Ideally, you should be able to go and add 2 numbers with 4-digit numbers in them. So let's go for 1 now, where it's got a 4 and a 3-digit number. So you have 6,391, and we add it to 548. As with before, it's really important we keep our columns working really clearly like so. So we have our ones, our tens, our hundreds, and our thousands this time. And as with before, happens to be nothing in the thousands column in the smaller number. But we work through one column at a time. Start with the ones. 1 plus 8 gives us 9. But then it's 90 plus 40. And we've got to keep that in mind. It's not 9 plus 4, it is 90 plus 40, which gives us 130. And because it's 130, we write the 1 in the hundreds column, 3 in the tens column, and it's a 0, so obviously we keep the ones column as it is. We then go to the hundreds column, which is 300 plus 500, plus this extra 1 down here, which we mustn't forget about. So that gives us 900. Now some people like to cross off the 100 that they've used at the bottom there, just so they know they've used it, and it's a good way of checking, which is really important. And then obviously there's nothing else there, so it's quite simply 6,000. 6,939. You can see the method there pretty successfully. Finally, let's go and do one that's got 2 4-digit numbers. So we have 4,741 added to 1,375. And as with before, we keep making sure we have our columns clearly marked, and it's essential. We keep going back to that because if you get your place value right, maths makes an awful lot of sense because it's very much about organising your work. So we start in the ones column as we before. 1 plus 5 is 6. We then go to the tens column, and it's 40 plus 70, which we know is 110. So we go to the 1 in the hundreds column, and then we have the 10 in the tens column. There's nothing in the units in the ones column, so it just remains as a 6. We then go again to the hundreds column, where we look at 700 plus 300 plus the 1 down here. And as we before, use our number bonds. 7 plus 3, or 700 plus 300, gives us 1,000. Added to another 100 gives us 1,100. 1,100. And we can cross that little 1 off if we so feel like it. Then finally, to finish off, we make sure that we add the 4,000 and the 1,000 together, and remember this little chap down here, which is a further 1,000. So that gives us 6,000 there, which gives us 6,116. But the key to all of it, as we've said several times, is remembering our place value and keeping the numbers in their clear columns, so the addition is very, very easy to follow through. Giving yourself more space really does help with this.